Hey everybody, welcome to my Dodge Charger series. This is my 1973 Dodge Charger 344 speed car. This is episode 1, and I will be showing you when I bought the car and where I'm at with it today. So sit back and enjoy. This is my 1973 Dodge Charger. It's a Charger Rally 344 speed, and I bought this car in the summer of 2022. I bought it as you see it, but it had the engine and transmission in it. Like I said, it's a 344 speed. The 340 has been sitting in the car with no hood and no heads on the engine since about 1991, I believe. So it is completely rusted up and needs a complete rebuild. When I bought the car last summer, I pulled the engine out, disassembled it, and brought it to a machine shop. The block is good. It's the numbers matching block. And it's ready to build, but I just don't think I'm going to go that route quite yet. Got a little bit of sticker shock on rebuilding a 340 and hotter 340 at that. So the plan is I've got a couple leads on other 340s I'm going to look at. Otherwise, I have a unknown used takeout here that I might be putting in it just to get the car on the road. I'm going to start at the back of the car, and tonight we're going to work on getting the fuel tank pulled out and possibly the whole rear end assembly out so I can get it in the heated garage and go through the rear end and get a new fuel tank and fuel lines in it. I have the new stainless fuel lines for it. Haven't ordered the tank or any of the rear end stuff, but at least doing it this way, I'll be able to assess what I got, what I need, and just kind of keep working my way to the front of the car. So let's get the fuel tank pulled out and see how this goes. It's the next day. Stayed out late the other night. Got everything out that I wanted to, but just kind of as soon as I was done, I just called it quits and didn't want to update anything. So obviously rear end is out, and along with that, the fuel lines are ready to come out, just haven't fished them out yet. Fuel tank is out. You can see it is rusted out, shot. Had old coilovers in it. Let's go take a look at the rear end over here. So it is an 8 3/4 car. It's got a 323. Sad thing is it's an open diff. The plan is to put a sure grip in it. I would really like to do it now while I kind of redo all this stuff. I don't know if it's in the budget. We'll see. And then painted. And then once all that's done, that can go back up in the car. I need to get the fuel tank and fuel lines ordered. I'm going to go upgrade from the 5/16 fuel supply line to a 3/8 in case. I mean, the plan is to someday have a 416 stroker, which is a 340 stroke to a 416. Someday that's the plan. Whether or not that's the first, second, third, fourth, fifth engine this car has, we'll see. But figured since these fuel lines are shot and thin, pinholed, I'm replacing them anyways. Might as well do the 3/8 right now while I'm doing it, and it's easier to do with the rear axle out. So kind of clean up my little tool collection here, get everything ready, get it up in the house garage, and get to tearing down on this. All right, I'm not sure where I left off with the tear down in the other building with the actual car, but here's where I'm at right now. Axle is all basically disassembled suspension wise. I had all these small parts sandblasted at work. I have a small cabinet blaster at work, so I disassembled all these, did a light sandblasting, and then they're in primer already. Drive shaft, sway bar, leaf springs, they all obviously wouldn't fit in the small blast cabinet. So I just wire wheeled those the best I could. The sway bar components will come off, get new bushings. And the axle is wire wheeled down. Still needs a little bit of cleanup. The park brake cables are actually in really good shape. I'll do all new brake shoes, brake hardware. The sure grip is going to be on hold for now. I have one lined up with a buddy of mine. It's a 391 sure grip, freshly rebuilt. A little bit lower gears than I want, but the car definitely will rip with 391s, that's for sure. Probably won't be the best cruiser, but we can always change it down the road, keep the 391s for something else. But this is where I'm at, suspension and rear axle wise. This video is a little all over the place, just since I didn't video anything on this car up until now, and I didn't decide I wanted to do a couple little videos on it until now. So the first part of this video, as you saw, is just pictures of me getting it and where I got it, and then a couple little clips of before I took it apart. But here's where we're at with it. The rear end assembly is ready to go back in the car. We have new Profane bushings on each end of the leaf springs, new U-bolts, all new brakes, new stainless steel brake lines, new rubber brake line to attach to the car. The park brake cables were in good shape, so I just left those for now. We have a new OER fuel tank sending unit, and then the dampener pad for the top. I have new fuel tank straps in the car, and then in here we have a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, just like the marker lights, small things. I just needed a couple extra bucks to get free shipping on. Classic Industries, fuel cap, lug nuts for the keystones and for the vectors. So there's still a lot of things left to do on it. I'll start episode 2 when I start on the assembly, but the rear end assembly has to go back in the car, fuel system has to go back in the car. So there's a lot to do, but should be a fun process, and I'm hoping to have this car back on the road this summer. Whether or not it has the 340 in it, or maybe even something simple like a 318 or a junkyard 360 Magnum. But that'll do it for this. Stay tuned for episode 2. Make sure you like and subscribe. this has been a fun little process getting into some of these videos, and I appreciate everybody for watching.